An interesting one.
Okay, so there's a thing here that you can loosen or tighten.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, so. Anyhow, we got a little bit of Monty Python. Um, Collectible card game. And with the Holy Grail from 1996. So this is an oldie. I'd heard of this game. I'd never actually played it or seen any in the wild anywhere. But on a recent trip into the city, we were at one of our local spots, and they had a binder, somebody's collection, which was in a bunch of stuff that they traded into the store. And they had the whole binder sitting there on the shelf. It's not a complete set, but it's a good chunk of it from what I've seen. And
I don't want to leave until we have a mod in here.
this is really something that has piqued my interest in theory. And I'm just going to swap it around here so you don't have to watch my ugly mug. Ooh, oh, that didn't work.
You gotta do it twice usually.
Yeah, there we go. So, they've got this, like I said, it's a substantial chunk, and it's in pretty good order. It took me a while to figure out what the order was, but it's all, again, based off the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And the game, like I said, came out in 1996. There was an expansion, which they came out with in the year 2000 as a board game. So for the expansion, you got the whole set in one go. These were in booster packs, and so some of the rares are trickier to find, especially since I've never seen packs in the wild either. But it is a game type setup. So, in the name of the Lord, we demand entrance to this sacred castle, Castle Abelskor. And it's a castle, +4 combat for the occupant during your draw phase, but before drawing cards, you may discard one card to draw 3 extra cards. And castle chart. Less than 1, fens, fiends, defenders use farm animals, lose a knight. 2, fetch a la vache, moo, lose a page. 3, on the wrong end of a nasty taunting, lose a persona. 4 to 7, no chance. Bedwetting types, knights may not pass. 8 to 10, African swallows are non-migratory, knights may pass. 11, can we come up and have a look? Knights may enter. And 12 plus, knights may enter and invite knight to join the round table. So, yeah, I've never actually played this game, but you've got these different locations. So this is a taunt. And you've got these alternate abilities on the side, +1 to a combat draw, plus or minus, this one has -2 to a castle table draw. So you think you could out-clever us French folk with your silly knees bending, running around, advancing behavior. So these are a lot of movie quotes right from the scenes where the pictures are taken. Opponent's knights may not have wits with adversary knights or persona. So when we get to knight characters, you'll see they've got a strength stat and a wits stat. Those are the two main things, and then they've got like some special text. I think most of the knights that I can think of in this game are in this set, so that was very impressive. Those are usually the most sought after cards. The swallow may find south with the sun, or the house martin, or the plover seek warmer climes in winter, yet these are not strangers to our lands. Event, players round table may not move this turn. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm going to hit some highlights here because I don't want to be all night, but it's an interesting thing. They've definitely got the flavor, and I've noticed some things where they do some good theme stuff with some of the cards too. Interestingly, the only English course I ever took in my stay at university was a course on Arthurian legend. So I've been interested to notice over the years, when I did discover this particular Monty Python film, all the little hints and stuff they did put in here. African swallow steals coconuts. Ain't heard nothing. It's another taunt. Player must double ante. Oh, so there's an anti-mechanic there going. Next, we've got Sir Aldrin o' the Isles. This is one of the Knights of Camelot, apparently. Good Sir Knight, will you come with me to Camelot and join us at the round table? So this guy's got combat 3, wits 3, and may not invite other knights to join your round table. So he seems a little below average based on what little I've seen so far. Then we've got another event, -1 on a draw made to find the Holy Grail. Hello! Up at the top there.
What?
The card title.
Oh.
Hello. That's the thing.
I just made a comment asking people to say hi to let us know they're there. And then you're like, hello.
Yeah.
So the timing.
That's another thing I've noticed is the titles and stuff on these cards, mostly in black, but some of them I've seen with white titles. Might be from the reprint, because I noticed the reprint versions, they often switch to white text. So I'm going to have to double check that on some of these now that I think about it. When they made the board game version. Already got one. An event. Opponent automatically fails a draw made to find the Holy Grail. What was the movie called again? Just Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I believe. Go and tell your master that we have been charged by God and with a sacred quest. If he will give us food and shelter, he may join us in our quest for the Holy Grail. I'll ask him, but I don't think he'll be very keen. He's already got one, you see. Yeah, these are all...
Dad's busy.
Oh, this was an interesting scene from the film.
Dad's busy. Do you want something?
A narco-syndicalist commune. A village. +5 combat to non-knight occupant. Player may draw an extra card during the card drawing phase. Knights attempting to enter this village are subject to random event determined by the grail number draw. And the grail numbers are in that top right corner. This one's got a 2. Or sorry, top right if it's right side up. So, 1 or less, place card in your hand in the dead cart. It's lost in the lovely filth. 2, adversary inhabitants gain +2 wits. 3, peasants revolt. -2 to next combat. 4, castle may not be occupied by knights. 5, receive a taunting and run away. And 6 and higher, discard all items in your round table. Ooh, this is pretty nasty. Next we've got Sir Andalred. This is an adversary. Combat 3, wits 5. Will not join the round table. Or +3 to a castle table draw. Now the way this guy organized things
Yes, a second.
is interesting. So you can see the backs of the cards. Anything you had doubles of, you put in the back. So I'm assuming those are mainly the commons and uncommons. And anything rare, there's very few doubles of those.
Oh, come on.
But this film had all kinds of interesting animated sequences. There's a lot of stuff that's based pretty closely off Arthurian legend, and some stuff that's just complete zaniness and out of nowhere. Angelic influence, a blessing from the Lord, God be praised. Event, permanent +1 on draws made to find the Holy Grail. Or search your deck for God and reshuffle. +1.
Sorry, I'm not leaving until we have a mod in here.
Right.
I just don't want to.
We got an angry mob.
Well, not right now. Everybody's fine right now. It's
adversary is combat 5.
It's just if people do come in, I don't want to leave.
We found a witch. May we burn her? Quiet, quiet. They're always telling us whether she is a witch. Are you there? What are they? Tell us. Tell us. Do they hurt? Hello.
Oh, Tank is here. Okay.
What game is this? This is
Oh, there we go.
the Monty Python and the Holy Grail TCG from 1996. And again, they had their second expansion release in 2000, and that's all they ever made. So it's all based off of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which got a bit of a recent boost lately when they came out with a secret lair for Magic the Gathering for it. Didn't get a chance to pick that up, but a couple weeks later I found this, and it looked interesting enough for me as a somewhat fan of the movie, but also just a fan of Arthurian legend in general, to a small degree at least. Oh, it's not a very good name, is it? But we are nice, and we will attend to your every need. So this is Castle Anthrax. There's a bunch of Anthrax villains, and they work a little differently from standard combat stuff. +5 combat to Occupant. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. Opponent of player encountering Castle Anthrax. Search deck for any one Anthrax persona or adversary and play her/them immediately in Castle. And you've got 1 or less. The Fiends. Defenders use farm animals, lose a knight. Fetch a lavash. Okay, so this is pretty standard. It's just what the odds are.
Did you see the one that says, what's the concept of the game? I mean,
I've never actually got to try to play it yet. This is a new discovery for me. There are some rule books at the back that I haven't had a chance to read through. But basically, you're trying to build out your round table and build points toward finding the grail, as far as I can tell so far. So there's castles and things to overcome, enemies. There's arrested, an event. Eliminate a knight from the game. This card counters the game-ending effect of Slaying of Historian. So there's one way you can lose, apparently. But only if a knight is actually eliminated. Archibald the Page. There's a few pages. Robber Knight, Combat 5, Wits 4, will not join the round table. This is my trusty servant Archibald. May carry 1 item. Arcane Writing. So this is an item. We got, what's the tap?
No, it's okay. Not doing anything. Or I am, but it means nothing.
Here may be found the last word of Joseph of Arimathea. If Brother Maynard is also in play, the player may secretly look at any face-down card once per turn in lieu of movement.
Oh, yeah.
Or +1 draw to find the Holy Grail, which is the ultimate end here. Oh, it's the Holy Grail. There were some Monty Python magic cards recently. Yes, there were.
Yeah.
And I missed out on that secret lair, but I found this binder of old cards from 1996. Actually, let me just see here.
Maybe Tank, are you still here? Or any of the other
Archibald.
ones?
We've got the Castle Og. So this one, play from your hand. The Castle Og must be placed in Avalon. +7 to Occupant. 1 draw each card during the draw phase. Opponent may search deck for a French adversary and play him then immediately in the Castle Og. And then you've got your usual stats chart there to overcome it. Here is Arthur, King of the Britons, defender of the Saxons, and ruler of all England. There are several different versions of these. I think they're all common, so I think this is meant to be sort of the head of your party type thing. He's one of the stronger ones, as a knight with Combat 5 and Wits 5. Ever played Netrunner? That is another one I have not.
Has Salem got supper?
I did not give it to him.
Did you feed Salem supper?
+3 to round table draws, so he's good at recruiting extra knights. When Arthur is the lead knight and Galahad is not in his round table, all grail numbers of 5 that you draw become 3. If your opponent says 3, sir. Okay, so it's one of these ones where you have some interactions that are a little bit on the goofy side. You got to remember things you can pipe in, or I think there's some that make you like do guessing games, like answer the questions 3, or singing. I think I saw some bard cards too that do that. So this is the same title. The stats look pretty much the same. It's just got a different art. So that's 2 of the different Arthur cards you can use, I suppose.
They call me, but I won't have my phone.
I've only got a double of one of them. And then on this page, there's 2 more Arthurs. And these, again, yeah, seem to be the exact same stats and abilities. You just got different arts you can choose from for Arthur. I think the close-up one is probably the most memorable.
Okay, I'll be back in a bit.
Then we've got Averting Eyes. Don't apologize. Every time I try to talk to someone, it's sorry this and forgive me that, and I'm not worthy. What are you doing now? I'm averting my eyes, oh Lord. Well, don't. Okay. Event. Prevent opponent from playing a card or using card effects that allows her to look at face-down cards. If opponent played this card from his or her hand, place card in the dead cart. And opponent must discard 1 card as the alternate effect. Baden Hill, who had personally wet himself at the Battle of Baden Hill. So this is talking about... okay, no, it's just using it as a land. That quote is talking about Sir Robin's exploits from the movie. Land, +2 combat for adversaries. Draw 1 extra card during the draw step. Sir Robin personally wets himself and may not participate in disputes while at Baden Hill. Interesting. It seems a little narrow, but... Or -3 to a village event draw. What it do? Well, this one makes Sir Robin wet himself, potentially. So, there's that. Brave Sir Robin ran away. Yes, he surely did. Next, we've got Castle Bidlevale. How do you do, good lady? I am Arthur, King of the Britons. Whose castle is that? Castle +4 to combat for occupants. So I guess you can hold these or try to conquer them. During the draw phase, but before drawing cards, discard 1 card and draw 4 extra cards. And then there's the usual chart for whether the knights can take it or whether you lose a knight or all that jazz. Castle Bettigane.
It's me.
You gonna just say hi, Ezra?
Yeah.
This one means you have to discard 2 extra cards. Oh, and then we got our first of the main knights from the movie, other than King Arthur. Here we got Sir Bedivere. Knight, combat 2, wits 8. So this is the highest wits knight that I can remember seeing, which makes sense based on his role in the movie, as long as you don't take automatically serious, and automatically eliminates witch. That could be handy too, depending how common different adversaries are. Knee. But if she floats on water, yes, that's the scales. Again, no duplicates of that one. Sir Balin the Hoarder. Did I miss that? I missed that one.
I got my cards.
Yeah, you do. So Sir Balin the Hoarder is combat 7, wits 3, and Sir Balin requires 2 pages to serve him. That could be annoying. And then we've got banana-shaped. And that, my liege, is how we know the earth to be banana-shaped. You may look at the top card of your deck and choose to place it on the bottom of your deck. Ah, yes, Void seems to be very familiar with this film. Now, here's our first missing card entirely. So there are about a dozen or so cards missing from this set that we found.
I get so many cards.
There's Bedivere's Village.
Can I say hi?
Sir Bedivere was always a bit of an interesting one. +3 combat for occupant. Player may draw 2 extra cards during the draw phase. A knight attempting to enter this village is subject to a random event determined by a grail number draw.
Using the card.
And one, yeah, okay, no, we're not giving those away right now. 1 or less, +1 to next round table draw. May search deck for Sir Bedivere and reshuffle on a 2. May search deck for extra coconuts and reshuffle on a 3. 4, no event. 5, draw an extra card next turn. 6 or higher, -2 to next wits draw.
Oh no, it's Garrison.
This is the Kingdom of Benwick. He is sneaking away and buggering up. Shut up. No, far from it. I was looking for it, here in the forest. No, it's not far from this place. Land. +1 combat for occupant. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. Or -3 to a wits draw against an adversary. Okay, so this is one of the forested areas. We've got big beds. This is an event. Knights may not leave the village or castle for 1 turn. Prepare a bed for our guests.
That's cute. That's cute. It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah, there's lots of cute. But we're not looking at Pokemon right now. Oh, bloodletting. This is where it starts to get gory. What are you going to do? Bleed on me?
I love
Randomly take a
Pokemon.
card that modifies a combat ability from opponent's hand and place it in yours. Return it at the end of the game, but only if your opponent asks for the card back. Ooh.
Oh, yes,
So yeah, there's definitely that anti-element to this game. Black Forest. I've had worse. You liar. Come on, you pansy. Land. Adversaries here must be defeated twice. Knights encountered here will not join their own table.
Oh, my cards.
Blow my nose. I blow my nose at you, so-called Arthur King, you and your silly English caniggets. Taunt. Take opponent's hand and play any or all the cards immediately. Place any unused cards in opponent's dead cart. Ooh, that's... It's got a grail number of 0. But that sounds nasty. That would just empty out your opponent's hand and maybe do some chaos.
Oh, that's cute.
You have some, Void? I'd never seen cards from this game before. This is the first one we're missing, number 31. I'm hoping I can one day find the Taunt You a Second Time board game that comes with a set, because there's some cards in it that weren't in this one.
So cute.
Castle Bottom.
That's cute.
It's not a question of where he grips it. It's a simple matter of weight ratios. 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut. +7 combat for occupant. Draw 2 extra cards during the draw step. I can find oddball cards pretty easily in the TCG or comics card category. Oh, interesting.
Oh, I love all Pokemon.
Boil your bottom.
That Pokemon.
Son of a silly person. Taunt. Opponent's knight must leave the village or castle. I'll have to put together a list once I get to that point, see exactly what's missing. Book of Armaments. Consult the Book of Armaments. Armaments chapter 2, verse 9 to 21. Item. If in play, your knight's holy hand grenade of Antioch, grail number, draw of 4 or higher, result in no effect. Or +5 to combat draw if Brother Maynard is also in play. And here we've got Sir Bors. Now, like I said, most of these knights are actually named after actual knights in Arthurian legend. There's obviously some that are not, that are just silly movie names they came up with. But Bors was certainly a round table knight. Combat 4, wits 4. Seems probably a tad better than average, from what I've seen. Brain of a duck. Hello, dappy English caniggets and Monsieur Arthur King, who has the brain of a duck, you know. Taunt Taunter draws a grail number. The target gets -4 to wits for the grail number of turns. That could certainly be annoying. Next, we've got Castle Brangoise. How dare you profane this place with your presence? I command you in the name of the Knights of Camelot to open the doors of this sacred castle to which God himself has guided us. +4 combat for occupant.
Dad, let me, Dad.
You can only draw 2 extra cards with the discard on this one. You got something to show quickly? Show it quickly. Just a stack of random cards. Okay, yeah, Battle Styles pack there. Now, here's the Brave Sir Robin song. And there's 5 verses, and they're all here. So that's nice. If drawn from your deck as a grail number, count the number and then play the song immediately on opponent. Opponent must stand and sing the following, otherwise his knights may not run away from the next dispute. Bravely bold Sir Robin rode forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die, oh brave Sir Robin. He was not at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways. Brave, 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 brave Sir Robin. He was not the least bit scared to be mashed into a pulp, or to have his eyes gouged out, or his elbows broken, to have his kneecap split, and his body burned away, and his limbs all hacked and mangled, brave Sir Robin. And I'm not going to keep singing because I don't want to torment you all this much. Interestingly,
What's that song I don't like?
if drawn for your deck as grail number, count the number and is it exactly the same? Otherwise, one of opponent's his choice combat ability is permanently reduced to 0. Okay, so there's a different penalty, but basically similar ideas. I have to press. Okay, why are all of you coming here at once? I thought you were in bed, Bridley. Anyway, brave Sir Robin ran away, bravely ran away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Yes, brave Sir Robin turned about, and gallantly he chickened out. Bravely taking to his feet, he beat a very brave retreat. Bravest of the brave Sir Robin. So this one, otherwise opponent must run away from the next dispute. And verse 5. Or you must retrieve your ante and play it immediately, or discard it. Interesting. He's packing it in and packing it up, and sneaking away and buggering up, and chickening out and pissing off home. Yes, bravely he is throwing in the sponge. It's a cute little song, and I love the fact that they made 5 different cards of it to put in a mechanic. Apparently, verse 1 and 4 are the commons, because those are the ones he's got doubles of here. So, where are we? Next, we've got Breathe the page. Wolves, combat 5. Interesting. May carry 1 item as a page. Draw a grail number each turn. If it is 1 or lower, breathe the page. Wanders off. Place in dead card. So he doesn't stick around very long. We've got Bride's Father. Since her own father, who and when he seemed about to recover, suddenly felt the icy hand of death upon him. Ugh. Oh, he's died. Persona. Wits 1. Sacrifice Bride's Father to make opponent redraw combat grail number. We've got the Bridge of Death. This could be interesting. I'm trying to do this with one hand because I'm having to hold Brinley with the other, apparently.
Oh,
There it is. The Bridge of Death. I'm not going to read the whole flavor text quote. Special land may be used to freely cross any area in England except the Sea of Fate. Opponent may search the deck for one questions 3 for each night crossing and play them immediately. If played on over the gorge of eternal peril, the knights who fail to correctly answer the questions are cast into the gorge and placed in the dead cart. May not bring personae or extra pages over the Bridge of Death. Okay. That seems to be very much like what it was in the film. Here's the bridge keeper. Stop. Who would cross the Bridge of Death must answer me these questions 3. Or the other side, he see. Adversary, wits 2. Opponent of player who encounters this adversary may search deck for as many questions 3 cards as the player has knights. Brinley, why are you climbing onto the table and out of my hand? Bring out your dead. Event. Reshuffle dead cart back into your deck. Remove this card from play after use. Okay. That at least makes sense with the title. Bring out your dead. Yes, Brinley is trying to climb onto the table. Thanks for joining us, Becca. My dog looks like the bridge keeper. Well, yeah, that I could see that being possible for certain types of dogs. Here we have Brother Maynard. He's got a grail number of 5. Persona, wits 5. One time only may search through deck for either Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch or Arcane Writing. Here we've got Brother Maynard's roommate. And the Lord spake, saying, First thou shalt take out the holy pin, then shalt thou count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. Persona, wits 2. If in play, any of your knights' Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch grail number draws of 4 or higher result in no effect. +2 to combat draw. As an alternate. Burn her anyway. Event. Persona is mistaken for a witch and burned at the stake. Place Persona in the dead cart. Okay, so Persona is a sort of a, yeah, not a page or a knight, but one of the other people around. The Cave of Kerbanog. +2 combat for adversaries. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. Last words. Playing the last resting place of the Holy Grail. Okay, so this is again on the hunt type. It's where they encountered the vicious rabbit, I believe. We're doing okay. We got a double of the bride's father, the bridge keeper, and Brother Maynard. That's good. Here's Camelot. Well, on second thought, let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. Castle, +7 combat to occupants. Lose a turn, but draw 7 cards during the following draw step. Doesn't seem completely useless, but yeah, skipping a turn could be off. The Land of Camelot. Very nice castle, Camelot. Very good pig country, is it? Land, +2 combat for adversaries. Draw one extra card during the draw phase.
Okay, yes.
Castle Carbonek. +4 combat for occupants.
Wait, come here.
During the phase, but before drawing cards, discard 3 cards and draw 5 extra
Yes,
cards.
it's your game.
Yeah, the chart seems pretty the same for results on most of these castles. They don't seem to tweak the odds much. Oh, cartoonist dies. Place any animation in the dead cart. Suddenly, the animator suffered a fatal heart attack. The cartoon peril was no more. The quest for the Holy Grail could continue. We got Castle Guards. Not to leave the room even if you come and get him. No, until I come and get him. Until you come and get him, we're not to enter the room.
It's on you.
Yeah. Adversary, combat 5. No, I don't want it right now, thank you. Castle guards have wit 0 for castle table draws only.
Those are mine.
And then there's a different castle guards.
Sorry,
Combat 4. Castle guards have wit 0 for castle table draws only. Interesting. This one's got a, okay, higher combat rating, lower destiny. Destiny draw. You can tell I used to play Star Wars a lot. Grail number. This one's got the grail number 4, but combat's 1 less as well. And then Castle Guards, this one's got grail number 4, combat 4. It's just a different picture. Did you kill all those guards? Oh yes, sorry. They cost £50 each. There you go. Our new air dryer filter is being stubborn, yeah. Catapult. Twong. Item. Place catapult and a knight in the dead cart for entire round table to leap over any area. This counts as a movement. Okay, so apparently you play areas to hinder your opponent or something. This is a way to get past them. Run away, run away! -3 to a combat draw. The Forest of Certain Death.
Hey guys. Wait, is it gonna be your first song?
Oh wow. Halt. Who art thou singing? He is brave Sir Robin, who shut up. Okay, this is going to be really... We got like 3 different people talking here. So to keep track of who's saying what. -3 combat for knights. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. This is an interesting one. See what we got here. Charge. Event. +7 to the grail number. Draw on assault on castle. We've got Charles the page. May not carry an item. Nosferatu and combat 8. Interesting. Chauncey the page. May carry 1 item. Jester with an attitude, wits 9. Interesting. Chicken. Look, stop that. Chicken. Look, I'll have your right leg. Or your leg right. Chop. Right, I'll do you for that. Target is forced into combat and may not run away this turn. Church influence. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. That's not from this film, but they got a few other references to different Monty Python stuffs in here. I noticed one of the verses for the Camelot referred to Spamalot. And the Spam is another one of their famous sketches, just like the Spanish Inquisition. Event, -1 to any grail number draw. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Yep. Concord, trusty page of Lancelot. Brave, brave Concord, you shall not have died in vain. I am not quite dead, sir. Page may carry one item. If Concord serves Lancelot, Lancelot may, dramatically, escape death once. He's a giant. Combat 5 will not join the round table. Confusion. Tell me, what do you do with witches? Burn them. And what do you do apart from burn witches? And what do you burn apart from witches? More witches. Shh. Wood. So why do witches burn? Event. Opponent must lose a turn while pondering why witches burn. Okay, just lose a turn. That's could be handy. Land of Cornwall. +1 combat. Draw an extra card during the guard phase. Cry of Distress. Event. Peek at face-down card. At a face-down card in any England. I know that for the there are some characters which I guess they were saving for the sequel, which, like I said, didn't come out until later as a board game. But that's where you get Tim the Enchanter and the Black Knight. So I don't think they're in this base set. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Sir Damas. Adversary. Combat 4, Wits 4, will not join the round table. Then we've got a Dancing Knight. Combat 4, Wits 1, -2 to round table draws when inviting others to join the round table. We dance where we're able. We do routines and chorus scenes with footwork impeccable. Dark Forest of Ewing. Land, -3 combat for knights. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. So each of the knights went their separate ways. Sir Robin rode north through the dark forest of Ewing, accompanied by his favorite minstrels. Dead Collector. Bring out your dead, clang. Bring out your bed, your dead, 9 pence. Persona, Wits 3. Sacrifice 2 members of your round table to bring a knight, page, or persona from the dead cart back into play. Interesting. You have to give up 2 to get 1, but that could be getting a key one. Debate. Event -4 to castle table draw. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? Delay taunt. There's someone else up there we could talk to? Delay the effects of any taunt cards played this turn until next turn. Oh, here's Dennis. Oh, king, eh? Very nice. And how did you get that, eh? By exploiting the workers. By hanging on to outdated imperialist dogma, which perpetuates the economic and social differences in our society. Adversary, Wits 6. That's pretty high. If a knight has wits with Dennis and loses, draw a grail number for the following effects. 2 or less cannot pass. 3, lose a turn. 4 to 5, knight becomes a page. 6 or higher, place knight in the dead card. Seems like a reasonably serious adversary. Next we have Depart a Lot. Yes, depart a lot this time and cut the approaching by any more, or we fire arrows at the tops of your heads and make castanets out of your... Okay, that's enough reading of that one. Taunt. Opponent's knights must leave the castle. And distraction. Taunt. Opponent may not invite knights to join the round table for the rest of the turn. You can't expect to wield supreme executive power Just because some watery tart threw a sword at you?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I just see a pile of cards here.
Yeah, that was Ezra brought those. Brindley came and joined and tried to climb up into the field for a while, too.
Oh.
Here's Dingo. Anthrax adversary. Wits 3. A knight defeated by Dingo in a village or castle may not leave that village or castle until Dingo is defeated by another knight. May be played with another Anthrax adversary or personae. Yes, she's back. That does simplify things. Yes, you must give us all a good spanking. This is one of the temptation type Castle Anthrax people. Direct attack. Brave Sir Robin, you go. Hey, I've got a great idea. Why doesn't Lancelot go? Yes, let me go, my liege. I will take him single-handed. I shall make a feint to the northeast and event. Choose a companion to combat opponent's champion for one turn.
Did you see the comments about Void asking what cards you're missing?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But I don't have a list at present. So far, I think we've just hit the one that we're missing. Doctors. Bring a persona or knight from your dead card to your hand, but with half the normal combats and wits rounded down. There, doctors. Don't frighten us. You don't frighten us, English pig dogs. Taunt. Opponent may not modify character's combat ability. Who had nearly fought the Dragon of Agnor. Dragon of Agnor. Peril. Combat 9. Brave Sir Robin may not combat the Dragon of Agnor.
Oh, I thought you actually meant really real peppers.
Item. May cross the Sea of Fate. Opponent may search deck for Bridge Keeper and reshuffle. So that could be handy, because it sounds like the Sea of Fate's tricky to cross otherwise. The bridge couldn't get past it. Dramatic Escape. Save a knight from death if Concord is a member of your round table. Draw. Reshuffle. Results of combat negated. Knights may pass adversary without dispute. And dumb idea. If we built a large wooden badger, opponent loses Battle of Wits. May play dumb idea after cards are already drawn.
That one's gonna have to be eaten.
Yeah.
Look at my pretty apples that came off my tree. There's more. These are just the best ones.
This is the best haul of apples we've had ever since we planted these trees.
This one needs to eat, and it got bruised.
Yeah. There's another card we're missing.
Yeah, they did amazing.
That was number 98. By the look of it.
We got our new air dryer filter, and it's not wanting to fit on right. Oh, that sucks.
Eccentric performance event. All players must discard their hand and draw 7 cards. Sir Ector. Combat 4, wits 4. How many did we lose? Gawain, Ector, and Bors. That's 5. 3, sir. Right. I wonder, I guess we didn't, I don't know if we have Gawain, but we've got most of these others.
Wait, that's a...
Gawain was one of the most famous knights of the Round Table and the strongest in the
Okay, but there was...
Arthurian legends up until Lancelot came along.
There was a story that was written about him.
Which? Sir Gawain and the Green Knight?
That one, yes.
Yes, that's a very famous story with a nice little moral tale. I rather like that story.
I think we read that in
I did that in my
English
Arthurian
literature or
legend
something
course.
like that.
Yeah, it's a decent one.
Oh, children's literature, maybe.
Edward the
that
Knight
children's
Perilous. I don't think that would be children's literature. Unless there's a kid's version, but the regular version, I wouldn't think so.
No, I think there's... Okay, no. I read it in one of my classes. I had different literature classes. I had children's literature.
I am invincible. Combat 7, wits 4, will not join the round table. Adversary.
They are nice apples. There's a couple with some bruises and some bumps
Electric
on them.
donkey.
But,
You cheesy lot of second-hand electric donkey bottom biters. Taunt. This combat only, opponent's knights may not credit combat assist bonus. Okay. Emperor. Event. Prevent opponent from playing a persona from his hand. Place the persona in the dead card.
I wonder what happened in this apple to make it go like that.
English types. Taunt. Opponent's knight may not enter the castle. Enlightenment. Remove the grail-shaped beacon from play and place it in the dead card. And expulsion. Again, there's the one I'm missing in between. Expels knight from a castle. Extra coconuts. What? Ridden on a horse? Yes, you're using coconuts. What? You've got 2 empty halves of coconuts and you're banging them together. Item. May discard extra coconuts to move twice this turn. Or prevent loss of movement this turn. That's kind of neat. Fallen to his death. Event. Prevent opponent from playing an adversary from his or her hand. Place the adversary in the dead card. Ooh. Famous historian. Persona. Wits 3. May force opponents to remove 1 card per turn from the top of his or her deck and place them in the dead card. Interesting. Sort of a milling type effect. Farcical aquatic ceremony. Subtract a grail number draw from your opponent's round table draw. And farm animals. 1 member of opponent's round table chosen by opponent is killed. Farm animals may only be played at a castle. And flesh wound. You are indeed brave, Sir Knight, but the fight is mine. Oh, had enough, eh? Permanently lower combat value of target knight by 2. May be played with a scratch. So they've got some combo cards, I see. Foul weather. Move an adversary in England 1 space in any direction. Free for all. Match each of your knights with 1 of your opponent's knights. Excess knights on either side do not participate in free-for-all. All match knights fight 1-on-1 combat for 1 turn. No knight, except Robin, may run away.
These cards aren't very good. Like, I mean, it's
French
not even that our
taunter.
lighting's that bad. It's just the art's hard to see, hey?
Well, the art's a little grainy because they're all captures from the film.
Yeah.
Adversary. French taunter. Combat 2, wits 14. Wow. Okay. Opponent of player who encounters this adversary may search his deck for up to 2 taunt cards and reshuffle must blow a raspberry and tap his head when using them. Alright. Sounds pretty good.
You got your more times.
Thank you. Gotta love cards that you gotta blow a raspberry for. French Fellows. Adversary. Combat 8, wits 11. Opponents of player who encounters this adversary may search deck for a taunt card and reshuffle. And then we've got Frenchman. Combat 2, wits 7. Opponent may search his deck for one taunt card and reshuffle, but must put his thumbs in his ears and wiggle his fingers and blow a raspberry while using it.
I got some of this if you want it with your cards.
Okay. Friendly Castle. +7 to Castle Draw Table event. Oh, we got some knights here now. Sir Garrus, brother of Sir Gawain. Good Sir Knight, will you come with me? To Camelot and join us at the round table. Use combat 3, wits 3, may not invite other knights to join the round table, and adds +2 to combat assist bonus.
Should I show everybody your new pajama pants?
No. Sir Galahad the Pure. Combat 4, wits 5, may not be adversely affected by taunts or events. That sounds pretty good. Sir Galahad, I believe, is the son of Sir Lancelot in some of the stories. So he shows up a little later. Sir Gareth of Orkney. Good Sir Knight, will you come with me to Camelot and join us at the round table? This guy's combat 6, wits 3. Place Sir Gareth in the dead cart if your round table is ever taunted. Ooh. So he seems fairly tough from combat at least, but does not like to be taunted. Sir Garlorn, the Invisible Knight. Adversary. Combat 5, wits 3, will not join the round table. May be combated by more than one knight. Okay. And there's Sir Gawain. Combat 4, wits 4. Just straight up. No extra bonuses. Ooh, we got a castle.
Oh, Tank's back.
Draw 1 grail number and add to your combat of occupant. Also draw this number of extra cards during the draw phase if your round table occupies this castle. Just generic pictureless castle. Interesting. Knight. Combat X, wits X, where X is determined by draw of a single grail number. +1 to generic knights. Round table draws when he is invited to join. May not invite others to join the round table. Land. Generic land. Page. Generic page may carry 1 item. Combat 3, wits 4. Evil Knight, apparently. Generic adversary. Got a vicious streak a mile wide. Combat X determined by a grail number draw. Village. +3 to combat. Get on with it. Event. Opponent's turn immediately ends and yours begins. Playable only if, in your opinion, opponent is playing too slow. Example, opponent has taken more than 10 seconds between actions. Interesting. Okay. Get slop poured on you. That's right, that settles it. Walk away, just ignore them. We shall attack at once. Yes, my liege. Event. Target knight is forced to combat the current adversary or peril and may not run away this turn. If adversary is French, combat is to the death, but Arthur may choose a champion to fight in his stead. Grumpy the page. Oh, Gimpy. Sorry, Gimpy the page. One time only, Gimpy may serve 2 knights for up to 3 turns. Gimpy dies from exhaustion if not relieved by the end of the 3rd turn. Combat 7. Oh, here's God. Event, discard all cards, then draw 7 new cards and immediately take an extra turn. Sounds pretty good. The Land of Gore, +1 combat for adventurers. The Gorge of Eternal Peril land. May not pass this area. Discarded if ever side by side with Sea of Fate. Player who encounters Gorge of Eternal Peril searches his deck for Bridge of Death and reshuffles. Gorilla. Combat 6. Peril. That's the one who ate the narrator, or didn't eat, but sort of replaced the narrator, flipping the pages in the movie.
Oh, man.
Grail-shaped beacon. Event, play on Castle Anthrax, an Anthrax persona or an Anthrax adversary in England. All knights must move towards the grail-shaped beacon by the shortest, most direct route, discarded when any knight of the round table reaches the grail-shaped beacon. The Green Knight. Adversary, combat 5 wit 6, will not join the round table. If a round table draw indicates that he will join, he will instead allow the round table to pass unhindered. So this is the knight that got bested. Now, interesting, again, you mentioned Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is a take back to that whole tale, which is quite the little morality play. I'm not going to try and recount it from memory at this point, but
I barely remember it.
Basically, he had to, event, +5 to combat draw.
Obviously,
He had a challenge with the knight, and they each got to make 1 strike at each other. And basically, Sir Gawain struck off the head of the Green Knight, but he still lived. And so he was going to come to pay back his stroke later. And Sir Gawain was tempted by all kinds of things, and eventually succumbed to something that he thought would save his life. And got penalized for doing that, but not to the death, basically. And then he wore a green sash afterwards in repentance of his failure, basically.
Okay.
Opponent's knight may only move backwards this turn, groveling.
I know I read it, I just don't remember it.
Castle of Guy Lombardi.
I don't think I enjoyed it that much. That's probably why I don't remember it.
Opponents may search deck for a French adversary and play him or them immediately in the Castle of Guy Lombardi and reshuffle. It's a French castle.
I might have only skimmed it and just found what I needed to know for the exam. That might have been what happened.
Okay. That was one of my favorite tales from the Arthurian course I took. Event, removes Killer Rabbit from play and replaces it with Harmless Bunny. Place Killer Rabbit in the dead card. Harmless Bunny may be passed without dispute. Interesting. So you might be able to get away with that. Ooh, this is the page where I'm missing a lot. So let's see here. That's card 137. So I'm missing 136, 139, 141, and 143. A lot of rares on this page, I guess. Help from beyond. Add +1 to combat draw for each persona, knight, or page in your dead card. Here's Prince Herbert. Persona. Wits 1. May not be killed if Concord is also in play. May cause Sir Lancelot to lose 3 turns, 1 time only. After 3 turns have elapsed, you may search your deck for Prince Herbert's song and reshuffle. So this guy is the bane of Sir Lancelot. Horde of Young Virgins. This is an Anthrax adversary. Wits 8. Knight defeated by them in a village or castle may not leave that village or castle until it is defeated by another knight. May be played with another Anthrax adversaries or persona. And here's the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. That's got to be a key card.
Sorry.
In some ways. 1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3. Item. May only be used by a knight. Blows any peril or adversary to tiny bits. Target must be in the same area as the knight who uses grenade. Must have Book of Armaments. Either Brother Maynard's roommate to use properly. Otherwise, draw a grail number. 3 or lower. Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch works normally. 4, there's no effect. 5, the knight who used the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch is blown to tiny bits. Or 5+. Okay, so that's Brother Maynard or his roommate eliminate that 5+ option, as far as I can see. Yes. What is that? Hugh, the Knight Perilous? Adversary. Combat 5 wits 2 will not join the round table. And we got a dinosaur. There's two cards missing from this page, too. Cards 46 and 49. Humphrey the Page may carry 2 items. Ooh. Combat 6, wit 6 will not join the round table. Sir Turkey. Bridge Troll, combat 6, wits 1, may carry 1 item. Discard 1 card each turn. In the page in play, he will join your opponent's round table.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little silly.
Yeah, well, it's all silly, so that works. Idiom. Prevent opponent from playing a page from his hand. Place the page in the dead card. Impasse. Your knights may not enter this area for 1 turn. None shall pass. A grail? Yes. Imposter. Event.
Hello,
an adversary
GT.
knight turns out to be an imposter. Place him in the dead cart. Imprisoned. Imprisoned may only be played on a knight in a castle. Target knight may not leave the castle. Right. Inferior.
It's good. I'm just a
Knight is permanently demoted to a page. May not be played on Arthur. Oh, we got 154, so that's 155. I'm missing 2. Inferiority. Old woman, man, sorry. What knight lives in that castle over here? I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Well, I can't just call you man. You could say Dennis. Well, I didn't know you were called Dennis. During this combat, opponent's weakest knight must be chosen as champion.
That wasn't as easy to get in there.
No.
I tried.
Injustice. Opponent must redraw his or her grail number. Intermission. Event. Opponent must take a break from the game and allow you to take your turn unhindered by any cards. Opponent may still makes grail number draws as required. So your opponent can't stop you this turn.
That was gonna be funny.
Castle Jagnut. +4 combat results to draw. During the draw phase, discard 1 card. Before drawing cards, then draw 3 extra cards. A bunch of these castles. Here's another page. Jimmy the Page may carry 1 item. 1 time only. Player may draw an extra card. Werewolf, combat 6. GT Bex. Oh, Sir Kay. Sir Kay, in some version of the story, was the stepbrother to Arthur, wasn't he?
It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It sure is.
I think
Knight. Combat 5, wits 4, will not join the round table unless Arthur is there. Remove Sir Kay from the round table and place him in the dead cart if Arthur is ever removed from the round table. So yeah, they did make a connection there to Arthur, so that makes sense. Oh, there's Killer Rabbit. Too late. There he is. Peril. Special combat. Place a knight in the dead cart prior to initial combat. For every knight in player's round table, deal 1 grail number. For purposes of combat modifiers, count these as combat draws. If the combat value of a knight is equaled or exceeded, he is slain. Surviving knights may advance past the rabbit with other pages and persona. So yes, 1 instant killed knight, and the rest all take draws and might be killed. That is a vicious rabbit. Knights of the Round Table song, verse 1. So we got another song series. Looks like we're Knights of the Round Table. We dance where we're able. We do routines and chorus scenes and footwork impeccable. We dine well here in Camelot. We eat ham and jam and Spamalot. And again, that reference to Spam, which is another one of their well-known skits from Monty Python. If drawn from your deck for a grail number, count the number and then play song immediately on opponent. Opponent must stand and sing the following song. Otherwise, opponent loses a turn. And then here's...
Oh no, you made her fall over.
The other 2 verses. We're Knights of the Round Table, our shows are formidable, but many times we're given rhymes that are quite unsingable. We're opera mad in Camelot, we sing from the diaphragm a lot. And this one, if it's found, otherwise he may not draw cards during his next draw phase. Verse 3. In war we're tough and able, quite indefatigable. Indefatigable.
You are broken.
Yeah. Between our guests, we sequin vests and impersonate Clark Gable. It's a busy life in Camelot. I have to push the pram a lot.
Oh, Clark Gable.
And this one, if they don't sing this song,
I liked Clark Gable. He's a good actor.
you may invite one of opponent's knights to join your round table. Okay. And here's the knights who say knee. They're back. Adversary, combat 16, wits 14.
Ezra, turn the
Just
volume
straight
down,
up
please.
really strong knight.
You guys should be in bed.
Wow. Oh, knock it off. Event. Prevent opponent from playing an event card from his or her hand. Place in the event in the dead cart. Dead cart, but it says card. Yes.
Ah! No! She fell.
And then we're missing card 67.
Yeah.
Lady of the Lake. Event. Search your deck for Excalibur and reshuffle. Lose 2 turns if Lady of the Lake is used while Dennis is in play, or if Dennis is played later this turn.
Yeah.
And here we've finally reached Sir Lancelot the Brave. Again, if it's from the I Will Taunt You a Second Time expansion that came out in 2000, it would have white text on it. Knight, combat 8, wits 2, or 3 or less on a combat grail draw involving Lancelot indicates he killed 1 non-knight personae in the round table.
I'm trying.
Yes.
Bonus points if you know who the dinosaur is.
Last chance. Event. Your round table may go directly to Avalon for 1 turn, but then must go immediately to the round table area. May only be played when opponent is in Avalon. Oh. Left behind. Event. Sacrifice a persona to bypass an adversary. The adversary remains.
You make a mess. I found some treasures at Walmart.
And here's the legendary Black Beast of Og. Combat 18. Place any member of your round table into the dead cart upon encountering the legendary Black Beast of Og. Zero for a draw. That does seem perilous. Yes, the eyes, the many eyes. Event. This turn bypass an adversary of the 3-headed knight without dispute. Or the 3-headed knight. Right. And we've got Sir Lionel. Combat 2, wits 2 may be sacrificed in lieu of Arthur. Land of Listinois. +1 combat for occupant. 1 extra card draw. And the Land of Logres. +2 combat for adversaries. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. We're missing 2 more down here. This is 78 and 178 and 180. But there's a lucky shot. +10 to combat draw. So yeah, there's definitely some holes in this set to be filled yet. But it was an interesting find. Honestly, I think we paid $20 for this.
Yeah. Not
bad at all, considering most places I've looked online, the rares go for, a buck or two each anyway.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get rid of. He might have kept the ones that were more valuable and sold them or something.
I suppose, but there aren't that many cards that are that valuable in this game to begin with.
Probably gotten a collection of other stuff and then
Maggie
sold
the Page may serve 2 knights, but only if there is 1 or fewer other pages in play.
Believe it or not, I was the one that found it.
Yeah. Castle Munglins, a major taunt.
And I knew Barry liked it.
If opponent has found the Holy Grail, the taunter may choose a champion to combat opponent's champion, and he may take the Grail if he wins. May only be played if both players' round tables are in Avalon. Major taunt. Opponent must discard entire hand. Major taunt. Opponent must send 10 cards to the dead card from any combination of hand, deck, or cards in the round table. Major taunt. Taunter may place his Arthur in the dead card to send opponent's knights back to the round table area. So some pretty big taunts. My second favorite skit in Monty Python. Well, it's top 5. Which skit was that? Where are we? Lucky shot. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Village of Malhalt.
I'm having fun. I'm sorry.
Player may draw 2 extra cards in the draw phase. Enters. The Kingdom of Mercia. No perils may inhabit the land, nor may this land be played upon a pre-existing
What
peril.
was that? Is that the
Draw
first
1
time you
extra
saw
card.
me show that, Becca? I've had it popping in every once in a while.
Yeah, it's been sneaking in behind. Event. Place a page in the dead cart to look at opponent's hand and draw a grail number. On a 4, 5, or 6, return him to play. Message for you, sir.
I'll be doing a video sometime, and then Barry's gonna find something to come and show it off.
Good.
Kind of pop it in.
Mistake. Prevent opponent from playing a taunt from his or her hand. Play the taunt. Place the taunt in the dead cart. Model. It's only a model. Event. Remove any village, castle, or item from play. Oh, here's the monks. Adversary. Combat 4.
Homework. How many times does this dinosaur pop in?
Monks.
Rewatch later.
Event. Search your deck for Brother Maynard, Brother Maynard's roommate, or the Book of Armaments, and reshuffle.
Excuse me.
Morgan Le Fay, except it's a distant shot of Tim the Enchanter. But like I said, they saved that.
Not quite.
What manner of woman are you that can summon up fire without flint and tinder? I am an enchantress. So this is, yes, in the that's one thing they didn't do was Merlin, did they?
I don't know.
In this movie, they didn't have, but Morgan Le Fay is definitely from the stories. Combat 5, wits 5, opponent of player encountering this adversary chooses who player's lead knight will be.
Maybe there's something about Merlin that they weren't allowed to use or something.
I don't know. Or they just chose not to. He's not in all the tales by a long shot. Much rejoicing.
I didn't
Eliminates
notice
any
Merlin
minstrel
until
or song.
You told me. It said GT.
Robin's minstrels, and there was much rejoicing.
Copyright? Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure. Merlin does show up in the 3rd volume of C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy, or the Ransom Trilogy.
Could Disney have
that's an interesting
copyrighted
crossover.
it or something because they used it?
No, I don't think so. Merlin is such a well-known character. Even if Disney's used it, it's definitely public domain.
Maybe they just didn't care. They had enough stuff to work with.
+2 combat for adversaries. Draw 1 extra card during the draw phase. Unless Tim is supposed to be, hiding his identity and he was Merlin or something. I don't know. Oh, here's Sir Naram. Combat 3, wits 3. Another of the singing knights from Camelot. Nasty ways. Target knight is slain if 3-headed knight is in play.
This is a fairly big set to go through too.
It is.
I mean, it's not double-sided, but
there is a lot of stuff here for sure. Nathan the Page may carry 1 item.
I'm gonna try and get Brilliant to bed. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Event. Unmute. Choose a member of opponent's round table to be turned into a newt. Draw a grail number to determine the number of turns that member is eliminated from play. I got better, eventually. Forest of Knee. Land. +1 combat for adversaries. So on draw during the draw phase, opponent may search deck for knights who say ni or a scroll of sacred words and reshuffle. Nigel the Page. May carry one item. Nigel the Page is a bit confused and will wander off. Placed in dead card after 3 turns. Northumbria. Another land. Not so legendary Black Beast. Combat 3. Peril. Okay. So we've got the legendary Black Beast of Og and the not so legendary Black Beast of Og. Interesting. Nothing. Prevent. Yes, the eyes are back. Prevent opponent from playing a land from his hand. Place the land in the dead cart. Obnoxious Minstrel. Persona, Wits 1, may function as a page, but knights will not join your round table while Obnoxious Minstrel is used as a page. Or, if Obnoxious Minstrel has been in play for more than 1 turn, place him in the dead cart to gain +2 to combat draw. Old Crone. Wits 4. Bedivere may not have wits with Old Crone. If you will not assist us voluntarily, ni. Or we have no shrubberies here. Place shrubbery in the dead cart.
Look, it's bedtime.
Interesting. So it's an anti-shrubbery card.
Go to bed.
Olfin Bedweird, 2 of Regs. Adversary, combat 6 wits 5, will not join the round table. Outrageous Accent. You may take a face-up French fellows in your England and play them immediately face up in your opponent's England. Oh no. I hate things with a dozen eyes. Yeah, it's even worse than a spider's 8 eyes. Patsy, trusted servant of King Arthur, may carry 1 item. Mordred, combat 5 wits 4, will not join the round table. Patsy, trusty servant of King Arthur, different version. Patsy, trusted servant of King Arthur, again, different version. And there's a 4th. Just like there's 4 King Arthurs, 4 Patsies. Sir Pellinor. Knight, combat 4, wits 6, may not use wits to bypass adversaries. Yes. I think probably it's a starting party thing, I'm guessing. I'd have to read the rule book. I haven't got there yet. But since there's 4 King Arthurs, 4 versions, and there's 4 versions of Patsy, I'm guessing each player starts with an Arthur and a Patsy in play. Here's Sir Percival, combat 4, wits 3. He's one of the young impetuous knights. Sir Paramones, the Red Knight. Combat 2, wits 4. Yep. That's my guess. Like I said, I haven't actually read the rules yet. Sir Persante, the Blue Knight. Combat 2, wits 2. Sir Flot. I am invincible. Adversary. Combat 3, wits 3, will not join the round table. Dr. Piglet. Anthrax Persona. Wits 2, 1 time only, may save a knight from death, but knight must sit out 2 turns.
Just go put it beside your bed.
Sir Pinel. I move for no man. Adversary. Combat 2, wits 6, does not join the round table. And then I'm missing 221. 222. Plague-ridden village. Combat, +3 combat for occupant. Player may draw 2 extra cards during the draw phase. A knight's attempt to enter this village is subject to a random event determined by a grail number draw. A plan. Take a card from opponent and play it immediately in place or place it in the dead card. Yes, please.
Do you want that one or do you want...
Yeah, that works. Sorry, water is what I thought.
Well, I was asking
anyway.
if you want water or
Yeah. That's an offensive weapon. That is police. Adversary, wits 5. Player's champion who loses wits with police is arrested and placed in the dead card. If this happens, the effect of Slayer of the Historian is negated. Positive ID. They're the ones, I'm sure. Event. Opponent may not draw cards this turn. Oh, and here we go with another song. Looks like this one only has one verse.
Sing it, Barry, sing it.
Prince Herbert's song. He's going to tell, he's going to tell, he's going to tell, he's going to tell, he's going to tell about his great escape. Oh, he fell a long, long way, but he's here with us today. What a wonderful escape. That's a pretty, that song never impressed me out of all the songs here. Anyway.
The dinosaur liked it.
Yep. If drawn from your draw deck for a grail number, count the number and play a song immediately on opponent. Opponent must stand and sing the following song. Otherwise, you may peek at the top 8 cards of opponent's deck and rearrange them in any order you like. Private parts. Taunt. Target is forced to combat and may not run away. May only be played on a character with a combat value. Then we have questions 3. Opponent must correctly answer the 5 questions, 3 questions, or be subject to the effect listed below. Who approaches the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3, ere the other side he see. What is your name? What is your quest? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Answers. Any answer will do to 1. To seek the Holy Grail for 2. And 3. What do you mean? African or European? Effect. Answers Arthur, loses roundtable bonus. Questions 3. What is your name? What is your favorite color? What is the capital of Assyria? Any answer will do. Any decisive answer will do. And Nineveh. Answer knight must place the knight in the dead card. There's a lot of these. Who are the 5 characters John Cleese portrayed?
I love John Cleese. He's hilarious.
Any 5 of the following. Soldier with a keen interest in birds. Large man with dead body. Black Knight. Mr. Newt, a village blacksmith interested in burning witches. A rude Frenchman. Tim the Enchanter. And Sir Lancelot. Effect. Questioner may move the knight in any England or Avalon up to 2 spaces in any direction. A lot more than 3 questions for sure. Well, a lot of different versions of 3 questions. And they all start with what is your name? No, not all. What is your name? What is your quest? The favorite color is in there too. Whose house does the dead collector need to go to, and how many have they lost today? How old is Dennis? He's 37. He's not old. What were 4 things that happened that people feasted upon in the Book of Armaments? Any 4 of the following. Lambs, sloths, carps, anchovies, orangutans, breakfast cereal, and fruit bats. Questioner may revoke his ante. Some somewhat interesting trivia for people who know the movie really well. How many fire tricks does Tim the Enchanter perform? Answer is 17. Questioner may eliminate any card in the play in the game from play. And look, more questions 3, another whole page of them. Do we really want to go through all these? I think you get the idea. It's a whole lot of trivia.
Ooh, I almost spilled my water all over you.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
Nope.
Oh, and more questions 3 at the top of the page.
Yeah. Oh, look, something appeared in the background. I wonder what that is.
How many times a second does a swallow need to beat its wings in order to maintain airspeed velocity?
Wait a second. Is that where Alias keeps talking about that? How he knows that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Where is Alias?
Not here, apparently. Who are the 6 individuals who wrote the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail? 3. Graham Chapman, Terry Jones, Terry Gillen, Michael Palin, Eric Idle, and John Cleese. Effect: questioner may take a face-down card and put it in his hand. Remain gone. Taunt. Opponent's round table must leave the target space and may not re-enter it for a grail number of turns. Taunter then draws a grail number. Repression event. Knight may combat non-knight persona.
Taunting French guards again.
Place persona on the dead card. The Kingdom of Ragged. Oh! Sir Robin, the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot. He's combat 2, wits 5. Cannot be killed. Cannot fight alone or as an adversary. Discard if encountered in England and will not join the round table. Sir Robin is one of the few who I do not remember in any of the Arthurian legend stories before this one. I think this is a character they made up just for this, but it's a very fitting one, and I love the minstrels pestering him with the song.
Could it be like a play of Robin Hood?
Maybe. I suppose it's possible. I remember someone's making a vague reference to Robin Hood being connected at one point, but it's not a very strong connection if it is. Here's Roger the Shrubber. Shrubberies are my trade. I am a shrubber. Wits 3. Allows knights to pass the area blocked by shrubbery. May search your deck for a shrubbery card. Rope. Item. One knight may enter or leave any castle unhindered. Discard after use. And there's a ruined village. Run away. Knights must run away. Simple enough. Sank into the swamp. So I built a second one. That sank into the swamp. So I built a third one. That burned down, fell over, and then sank into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up. Prevent opponent from playing a castle from his or from her hand. Place the castle in the dead card. Science. Do I have spare science cards? I do not. Event. Invite one opponent's knights, except Arthur, to join your round table with a +1 bonus to your round table draw. Ooh, Scotland. +1 to combat for occupant, draw a card. Yep, pretty standard. He was a good guy, but seriously loved to add shrubs to flower beds and blocks and walls. Worked for a guy named Roger who liked shrubs. Funny coincidence, yeah. That would be a neat coincidence. I would appreciate that. A scratch, permanently lower combat value of target knight by 2, may be played with flesh wound. Scribe. This is the guy who didn't like the weather.
The eyes are creepy.
A little bit. Persona. Wits 3. Once per turn may be played. Once per turn, player may lose a turn to avoid answering a questions 3. Scroll of Sacred Words. Item. Add 1 grail number to draw to combat. Must say Niwam to your opponent a minimum of 3 times before the extra draw and 1 time after the draw. Discard after use. May be used automatically to defeat Old Crone. Yes, that scribe has certainly got a stare going on. Scroll of Sacred Words. Add 1 grill to combat. Must say Ni to your opponent a minimum of 3 times before the extra draw and 1 time after the draw. May also be used to automatically defeat Old Crone. Discard after use. So this is the same effect, just with the different words. And this one is ping.
You can't see my dinosaur in the background. Just a second. We're just going to alter the camera just a little bit. There we go.
It is the Sea of Fate. When may not be passed. Discard if ever side by side with the Gorge of Eternal Peril. Player entering Sea of Fate may search his deck for Dragon Ship. Seasons. Return any 4 cards from your dead cart to your deck and reshuffle. And second time. Play a second time after a taunt is played by either player. Search the top cards of your draw deck, 1 at a time, for a taunt card, which you must play immediately and reshuffle afterwards. Then card 265 is missing. Seeking. +3 to round table draw. And we have a shrubbery. It is a good shrubbery. I like the laurels particularly. Item. May discard shrubbery to bypass the knights who say Ni. A silly place. Event. Knights may not enter or pass castle. Sir, not appearing in this film. This is another one which is not in the actual lore. They made it up for the movie. Which is ironic since he's not appearing in this film. Yes, that is a baby.
Why? I haven't watched this in forever. My brother forced me. I wasn't a fan.
Combat 2 Wit 0 may not invite others to join the round table, may not be adversely affected by anthrax adversaries. Ooh, not subject to temptation.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Although I did find myself laughing from time to time, because how can you not, even if you don't like it, right?
Right.
There are funny moments.
Sir, paste your picture here. Together they formed a band
You got extras
whose
in
names
that
and
one?
deeds were retold through the centuries. I do.
Yeah.
Knight without picture. Combat 1, Wits 1. With picture. Combat 4, Wits 4. So this one is currently 1-1.
Okay. We're a little bit older.
Yeah, I didn't discover this film until I went off to university. My dad had some Monty Python records, which was all sketches from Flying Circus and things, which, you know, there was that. He also had a copy of The Life of Brian, which there are some parts I like and some parts I dislike. I'm not a big fan of the nudity scenes, basically.
No, I didn't like it at all.
There's a couple of scenes I appreciate. The Latin scene, and the space aliens are random enough to be funny for me. But here we have Sir Pramalot. You must stand and sing the following each time Sir Pramalot is used. I have to push the Pramalot. Knight, combat 5, wits 3. If Sir not appearing in this film is in your round table, Sir Pramalot gains +2 combat. So that's pretty strong if he gets up to 7. And makes sense. If you got the baby knight, you're going to have to push the pram. Yeah, Life of Brian is much more hit or miss. This one is, I think, a more uniformly enjoyable film overall. Not without its ups and downs, but there's always favorite parts. Sir Robin's Minstrels. That's enough music for now, lads. Hey, looks like there's dirty work afoot. Persona automatically joins players' round table. The minstrels give one knight permanent +2 to combat while in play. If that knight ever runs away, minstrels give the knight permanent -2 to combat. Okay, so combo the knights for the win. Got it. Yeah, some knights do certain combo things. Some not so much. Slaying of Historian. Event. Opponent's game ends in 2+ grail number of draw turns. May only be used if Historian is in play. Historian placed in the dead card. So that's why the movie came to it. Right. Anyway, there's another card missing here. This would have been number 274. Then we have a spanking. This is another Anthrax thing, I think. Plays on village or castle. Knights may not leave this village or castle for 1 turn. Okay. Stone Dead. Persona, knight, or page dies in a number of turns determined by a grail number draw. So you'd have to count down there. Fate. Kingdom of Strangor. +2 to combat. Strength. Event for the next combat draw. Add the combat value to all your knights in play.
It's midnight here. I'm heading out. I like and subscribe. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for coming in to join us.
Do you stream often? I'm checking out your channel tomorrow morning. We usually stream on Saturdays, Mondays, and Thursdays with pop-up streams that come and go. We make a lot of videos.
Our Saturday night stream is usually more random stuff, Star Trek or Lord of the Rings or something like this. We usually on Thursday stream Pokemon-related openings and stuff. And then I've got Magic the Gathering thoughts and stuff that I share on Monday usually.
We have other things that pop in here and there. Yes. Becca, please share the Discord.
We're getting towards the end here.
On Discord, I'm Mama Spocat.
Swamp Castle. Yeah, I should be getting to bed soon too myself, so I better pick things up a bit here. Swamp Castle. Swamp Land.
Appreciate you, GT. Thank you.
The Tall Tower.
No worries. No worries. If you don't use Discord, that's all good.
Sir Tantrist O' the White. I think this is supposed to be a take on Tristan, who was a knight. Anyway, Sir Tantrist. Combat 4 wits 3. Oh, here's the 3. Oh, no, this isn't the 3. This is tea and biscuits. Sorry. Place 1 opponent's knights in dead cart, but your round table may go back to your round table area for tea and biscuits. Well, not biscuits. Here's the 3-headed knight. Combat 12. Quick, get the sword out. I want to cut his head off.
That sounds so bad.
Oh, yeah. Tintelage Castle? Transgression. A knight may combat an adversary who has no combat value. Place the adversary in the dead card. Oh, here's Sir Tristram. Combat 6 wits 3.
The fly swatter's gone missing.
Has it?
Brinley had it this morning. I took it away. I don't remember where I put it.
Unclog my nose. Another taunt. Castle Vagon. Very dull. Invite one opponent's knights other than Arthur to join your round table. Here we have Who Nearly Stood Up to the Vicious Chicken of Bristol. Vicious Chicken of Bristol. Combat 3. No combat modifier cards may be played by either player during combat. Vital Clue. After movement, secretly replace any face-down card in Avalon with Vital Clue. Vital Clue may not be played in the same area that your knights are already in. Any player who turns this card face up in Avalon gains +3 draw, made to find the Holy Grail, after defeating any adversaries. Vote. Prevent opponent from playing a knight from his hand. Place the knight in the dead cart. And we've got Event War. Add an extra grail number to combat draw. We've got the Wedding Guests. Wits 2. Play Wedding Guests in the dead. Place Wedding Guests in the dead cart to give opponent -2 combat draw. And Wedding Party. Event. Redraw a combat grail number. Alright, we're down to the last couple pages here. Land of Wessex. +3 combat. Who sent you? Prevent all damage from playing an item from hand. Put the item in the dead cart. Right. And we've got Wilfin the Page. May carry one item, will not serve a knight with a combat value greater than 3. Missing a card there. That would be 301. Sir Wizhard. Combat 1, wit 6. Is that supposed to be wizard? Is that wizard?
Probably. Wishard. That's probably some not so fun play on words.
Witch burning. Knights may not leave this village or castle for the remainder of the turn. Oh, witch. Adversary. Combat 2. Witch turns one knight into a newt for a grail number of turns. Witch chooses the knight. A wooden badger. Event. Peril turns out to be made of wood. Place in the dead cart. Next, write your own adversary card. Or prevent opponent from playing a write your own card from hand. Place write your own card in the dead pile. These could be dangerous.
Couple extras on the back.
Looks like. And there's more of them. We've also got write your own castle card. Write your own event card. Write your own item card. Write your own knight card. Write your own land card. And most of these have or prevent opponent from playing write your own card. So if it gets out of hand, you can use them to cancel your opponents if you're getting too
Probably a reason why
dangerous
people
with
have
them.
had a whole bunch of these, because if they're playing
Write your own taunt card.
and they're actually writing on them.
Yeah. Write your own village card. And Zoot. Anthrax adversary. Wits 3. A knight defeated by Zoot in a village or castle may not leave that village or castle until Zoot is defeated by another knight. May be played with other Anthrax adversaries or persona. And then we've got role players. Check out Kenzer and Company's Kingdom of Calamar FRP products for the use with any RPG, including but not limited to. Yeah, so an advertisement from the company for some other products they make. Yay! And on the very last page here, there's 2 copies of the rule book. The designers of the game hired to correct any mistakes the original creators made before being sacked. It was wished to be known that they have just been sacked. Following, undoubtedly incomplete errata list has been completed in an entirely different style at great expense and at the last minute. The following cards have icons and that are off center. Okay, so there's some of the errors that they found.
And there's a
And
wrapper.
yes, they included a wrapper from the booster packs that these came in. So if you ever see these in the wild, you know what might be inside it.
Bonus points if you know the name of the dinosaur in the background. Not on the wrapper.
Card. So this is
In the
CCG. Okay, so this is still in the CCG era.
Yeah.
15 card booster pack. Join all your favorite characters of Pythonian legend as they fulfill their quest to seek
I'm assuming that
out
company
the Holy Grail.
does not exist anymore.
I don't know.
Let's Google it. Ooh, it came up. Oh my goodness, it does. The company still exists. As of August.
Like I said, there's the sequel came out. Sequel product to this
Knights of the Dinner Table issue
came out in 2000. This game was out in 1996. So yeah, I had fun looking through that. Maybe I can try and fill some holes later. I wouldn't mind at all finding the sequel.
Okay, so they have something that they call Knights of the Dinner Table. Or something.
Oh, no doubt.
Is it comic book or something? I don't know, that's what the company... They're still around. I wonder if they're still at the same place.
I don't know. I wonder if they're still the same people or if it got sold off to someone else.
I don't know, it says Kenzer and Company, so...
Interesting.
Which was on the wrapper.
Fair enough.
So, it's a store. Retailer, distributor.
So yeah, that was the binder. That's what it came in.
Details.
We even got a little tag on the side here to label it. Pretty basic collector album. But most of the set is there. There are definitely a bunch missing. But yeah, I should probably wrap this about up because I do have to work tomorrow. So can't be too late in terms of getting to bed. Yes. Why?
Why not?
Anyway.
Hey, got more people.
That was fun. I've got a few spare cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. But maybe I'll read through that rule book and see if it's worth trying to build a deck or two.
Cute little buddy.
Yeah. Apparently the I Will Taunt You a Second Time board game is what it was. That included a bunch of reprints from this, as well as some new cards like the Tim the Enchanter and the Black Knight. As a few new cards as well. So I will keep my eyes open for that, as well as some holes to fill. Because I did like the film, and like I said, I've got a little bit of history back in my schooling with Arthurian legends stuff. So I do appreciate that. More than the dinosaur in my face at the moment.
All right, so next Saturday we'll likely be camping.
It's possible.
One final camping trip with the kids. My hair is nuts.
So you might have to find something else to put up in that sense. But
sorry,
I do have another couple boxes of Star Trek CCG to open.
Let's move this back.
Probably do Mirror Mirror next. I don't know if that'll be next week if we reschedule
There we
or
go.
something.
Sorry,
or
guys.
For some reason we can't be camping.
Oh.
Or if it will come later. But that's one that I hope to do in the next week or two anyway.
Siren's going by.
And then sometime within a week again after that, I still have that second box of Fellowship of the Ring from Decipher to open and trying to fill out some more holes in that set that we started on the on our big 1K celebration stream. So I'm also looking forward to tackling that soon.
There we go.
So
it was a little.
And after that, we've got also the boxes of the Borg and Voyager for Star Trek. So we are going to be doing more Star Trek for sure over the next month. Just not sure exactly when, but when we get the chance, if we're, near a good connection and not off camping somewhere.
We
probably.
So I don't know if you guys are, well, I know some of you are Pokemon fans. But I put a video up the other night showing that once we get monetized, we're going to give away the Paldean Fates Charizard. So, or it might just end up going in the hitbox. So, we got lots of videos and lots of streams. Feel free to rewatch them.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I need to run away and get to bed because
that's okay.
I am in the middle of sets. So, but thanks for joining for this one. I had perhaps a little bit less thoughts to join, but
sorry.
I did like some of the Arthurian stuff, and it was something new for me. Like, not new because it's obviously an old product. It's one that I'd heard about for a long time, but never actually seen or found any myself. So I was glad I was able to do that, and it helped fill a little bit of the hole for missing the Magic the Gathering secret lair that was Monty Python themed, which is a shame because that's been connected to Magic the Gathering since Alpha, basically. Prodigal Sorcerer was named Tim after the enchanter in many circles, so they finally made a card of it, and I missed it.
So, Monday you're going to finish Onslaught for Magic the Gathering?
That's the plan. If my voice is getting better, as you can probably tell, I'm not snuffling as much, so I was even able to sing a bit today, if that doesn't scare you away. But yeah, I hope to finish up Onslaught. We still have the red, green, land, and artifact cards to do. There's no multicolors in that set, which is I find interesting for a big set of that era. And and also Onslaught set was one of the early sets that featured foils, but they weren't foils in every pack. So I'll go over.
God bless the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well. Yes, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is good. I love the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Although I call it jam. But I know there's a difference between jelly and jam. But I make jam. Unless it's choke cherry. Pickles. Pickles. I make pickles. Yes.
Yeah. So, have a good night. And I'm off to bed. I guess you're going to finish up the stream?
Yeah, I'll chat for a couple minutes with everybody who's here. So, yeah, that was Monty Python. That binder. So,
it's an interesting little side game. I think it's very casual. I don't think it's meant to be competitive. It's meant to be very
how many
for people who are fans of the movie to begin with, because there's a lot of
I'm glad, Tank. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And
I'm trying to make an apple tower.
I think it's just a silly fun game for among friends who like the thing. I don't think it was ever meant to be much more than that.
My apples won't stack more than 2. So, yes. All right. Well, I guess...
Cheerio. Good night.
I guess that's it. I don't know if anyone else has any questions. We are trying to get our watch hours up so we can get to the monetized stuff. Honestly, when we started this journey, we weren't planning on making much of it. We just wanted something fun to do. But it took off, so that's why we continued. And we're having a lot of fun. So... yeah, I'm just making an apple tower, apple pile. We picked my apples today. We have a whole big bowl of them. So does anyone else have any thoughts or questions? Does anybody know who this dinosaur is? Who's this dinosaur? The only way to not be miserable to drink a 5th of Smirnoff. I don't know if that's no, I don't think so. It is the girl dino from Toy Story. We don't drink much at all, and we are fairly happy people. Are fairly content with life anyways. This is a family-friendly channel, so we don't do that much talk on this channel, but I appreciate you. Thanks for popping. Hi, Radiant Goose. Welcome in. We're just finishing up, actually. But we are having a good weekend. Papa Spocat is working. Sounds good. Thank you. I'm exciting to get that. We've had this dinosaur from Toy Story pop in today's stream, just kind of doing a thing. No, feel free to go rewatch the stream. We just went over the TCG, or not TCG, CCG set of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No, I don't have any mail. Oh, wait, you mean when Radiant Goose's mail gets here? Yes. I have other mail coming to me too. So when it gets here, we will be opening it and I'll just do live streams whenever it arrives. Yeah, the dino. If anyone knows who this dinosaur is. The Monty Python. No, it wasn't the magic ones. It was, you'll have to rewatch it to see what we were talking about. It was just a CCG, the old from the movie.
From 1996.
From
came out in the 70s,
so the game was 1996, but yeah, the movie came out for the 70s. But it's cars that they took pictures of from the movie and made it into a playing card game. We found it at a card store in the city for $20. So we thought it could be worth bringing home. It's one of his favorite, or not one of his favorite movies, but he enjoys it quite a bit. So yeah, we brought it home. So right now I'm just finishing things up. I did announce the other night that we are giving away a Paldean Fates Charizard, the Charizard, once we get to 3,000 watch hours. We're going to probably find some other things to throw in for chances to win too. We're going to come up with a creative way to give that away. I'm going to be sending out the slabs that were won on Tuesday, and everything else will eventually go out after that. And if that one person does not contact me, or the guardian does not contact me within a week of that being mailed out, I'm going to give away the slab that has not been officially claimed yet. So there's a chance. All right, guys. So I don't know what else. If you have any other questions, what you want to see us do in videos coming up. I did pick my apples today. So we did a taste testing video today that's going to go up in the next few days. I might make a video going over Scarlet and Violet base set this coming week, and looking at some of my favorite art cards from that. Yeah, I don't know what else we're going to be doing, but let me know. Does Barry have any Assassin's Creed? No, he does not have any Assassin's Creed right now. Thank you.
3 cards.
Oh, you got 3 cards. He's got 3 cards, the Assassin's Creed Magic cards. Sorry, I am wrong. So, all right. So I don't know what else we have to say. I appreciate you. Thank you. My husband thinks so too. Anyways, so yeah. Thank you, Radiant Goose. I appreciate you. So all right, so I don't know what else we have to say. I could just chat, but this was Barry's or Papa Spocat's stream. This dinosaur, made a couple appearances tonight. I was having a little fun with that. But let us know what you want to see us do in the next little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Oh, what I was going to talk about. Papa Spocat. Yes, Becca, it's Trixie. It is Trixie. Papa Spocat's working on Thursday when I would normally be streaming. So I'm thinking I might still do a stream on Thursday at a regular time, but it might be short, it might be little, and then we'll do a Thursday night stream instead with Papa Spocat, because I have more fun doing it with him. So it's more fun doing streams with him. So yeah, I think we'll do 2 on Thursday. It'll be just a short one. If I get mail, then maybe I'll save the mail for the Thursday afternoon. And then we'll do something on Thursday night. So it's just deciding what we're gonna do. I'm not sure what else. I've got a few things. I got some booster bundles that I picked up today. I don't know what else. If we get to the city, no, we won't be going to the city probably before next weekend. So I found this, and I got another one of this. And I do have a booster bundle of Stellar Crown somewhere, so who knows? Maybe we'll open some of that. But yeah, first it's gonna be Monday Night Magic. We're gonna be finishing up Onslaught, so yeah. All right, Radiant Goose. I missed your last little comment there. Appreciate you, your family, friends, Trixie, and all you legends. Much, much, much love. Appreciate you too, Radiant Goose. Thank you for popping in. I know it's been busy. How is Mr. Goose doing? You said he was a bit bruised up. I hope he's feeling better. Yeah. So unless there's any other questions, I think we're gonna call it a night. We could try and see if there's anybody streaming, and just do a mini raid. Who is streaming? There was lots of people streaming. Let's see. Oh, you know what? If you guys don't mind, where are they? Let's see. Stick around and we'll just raid somebody. And just be nice. Say hi, hit the like button, and sub if you want. Let's see who is. You know what? I know somebody else is grinding for watch hours and he's live right now. So I'm going to get his stream going. We're going to raid him. It is ALB Trading. I went to the... Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that works. You do you. All right. So let's get this ready. Come on. All right. If you guys can all go over there and say Spocat raid. And much love. And let's help another streamer out and get their watch hours. So please head over there. Spocat raid, and I hope you guys all have a great night. And we will see you guys soon. So I'm gonna wait to say me raid until I see the first Spocat raid. So get over there, and then I'll call it a night. Honking there. Now much, 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 much love. All right, have a good night. Have a good night, Radiant Goose. Just waiting for the first person to go over there and say Spocat raid. And then I'm going to end it here. Just me and my dinosaur will hang out until you guys go over there.
So you're going to be in the whole bunch.
Yay. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
File's going to go as stating.
Okay, bye for now, guys. Have a good night.